Let's take Mimi in California. Mimi, you are on the Buck Sexton Show. It's Freestyle Friday. What do you got?
Hey, Buck. I wanted to let people know Glenn is always talking about watching the other hand. And while everybody's looking at the border, the EPA over the 4th of July weekend sent out an order, a direct order that's going to get automatically approved unless people protest, saying that they can garnish people's wages if there's any fines against them for EPA violations without a court order. So basically, they're the judge and the jury, and they take your money ahead of time, and then you're left with nothing to try to defend yourself. This is not representative government. This is tyranny.
Mimi, because we haven't discussed this in the show, a little background here. This is from the Washington Times just a couple of days ago. The Environmental Protection Agency has quietly floated a rule claiming authority to bypass the courts and unilaterally garnish paychecks of those accused of violating its rule, a power currently used by agencies such as the IRS. This is guilty until proven innocent, essentially, Mimi. Yes. This is a federal regulatory body, which, by the way, does now have its own SWAT teams, going and saying, well, we think you've done this, so we're going to take all your stuff, and you can see if you can get it back. This is flatly unconstitutional, by the way.
Yes, and if you remember that Blaze did a story on a guy in Montana who put a duck pond on his private property that the state had approved, and the EPA said, sorry, you can't do it, you're going to be fined $75,000. So under this rule, they can just take the $75,000 from him without anything, and then he's going to be left to try to defend himself, as you said, guilty until proven innocent.
Mimi, it wasn't just $75,000, it was $75,000 per day of the violation. Per day.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a single fine. It was a daily fine of $75K. It gives you a sense of, I mean, who could afford that? Who could pay that? Even major corporations wouldn't want to take that fine on the chin. It's amazing to think a private citizen could. No, like the EPA is a rogue elephant. It's completely out of control. It's something that needs to be reined in. But I worry, Mimi, if we can't get the IRS cut back substantially, and if people won't take up that cause based on what's happening with the Tea Party, I don't know what it takes. I don't even know what it takes anymore. I don't know what the Republicans in Congress think they're doing. I don't know what those in the media who are trying to be honest and helpful think they're achieving. I mean, the IRS should be target number one for massive budget cuts, for reining in its authority, and the EPA should be right behind it. But instead, we're arguing about whether Obama should have gone to the border or not. It doesn't really matter if he goes or not. We all know what he thinks. He doesn't care. This is great. It just causes more problems. But Mimi from
I just want to let people know that there is a way that they can comment. They can go to the Federal Register. I'm going to be tweeting out something with the link. I'm at 912 CalGal, and people can actually go and comment. And the Heritage Foundation has told them to withdraw this order.
All right.
So hopefully we'll get a lot of people involved. Thank you, Buck.
Sounds good, Mimi. Thank you very much for calling in.